Europe-African Summit. Buhari returns to Abuja. That's the news headline. Now to the news titles. Listing. President Muhammadu Buhari on Saturday returned to Abuja after attending the 6th Europe-African Summit in Brussels, Belgium. The presidential aircraft carrying the Nigerian leader and some of his aides landed at the presidential wing of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, at about 5:28 p.m. The president was welcomed at the airport by his chief of staff, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, Minister of Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Malam Mohammed Bello, Director General of the Department of State Services, Yusuf Bichi, and other senior government officials. Buhari departed the country on February 16 to join other African and European leaders to discuss issues of mutual concerns to both continents. This included financing for sustainable and inclusive growth, climate change and energy transition, digital and transports, connectivity and infrastructure, peace, security and governance, and private sector support and economic integration. While in Brussels, the president, apart from actively participating in the 6th Europe-African Summit, held various bilateral meetings with world leaders, including the presidents of Algeria, South Africa, Prime Minister of Ethiopia, under the auspices of the G4. During the G4 meeting, the leaders resolved to strengthen the platform for the resolution of various issues confronting the African continent. The G4 platform, an initiative of the Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, was set up towards discussing and preferring solutions, as well as aggregating positions to ensure that the African Union carried its work forward successfully, effectively, and quickly too. In his contribution at a roundtable discussion on peace, security, and governance at the summit, Buhari called on European leaders to lend their weight to measures put in place by the African Union to stem the tide of unconstitutional leadership changes rearing its head again on the continent. He equally stressed the need to nip the root causes of extremism, conflicts, and tensions in Africa at inception. President Muhammadu Buhari went for European African summits, whereby they talked about how to strengthen the platform for the resolution of various issues confronting the African continent. The president was able to meet with great leaders, world leaders, including the president of Algeria, and so on. It was fortunate to be part of the 6th European African Summit, and this was something that had to do with a lot of things. It has to do with peace, it has to do with security, it has to do with moving Africa forward, it has to do with climate change, leadership change. And we all know that our country, Nigeria, is part of Africa, and it also needs a lot of restructuring. So the president has to go for the summit to learn a lot of things and put them in practice when he comes back to Nigeria. The president, who came back to Nigeria February 19 at around 5:28 p.m., his presidential aircraft landed at Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport, and a lot of his aides came to welcome him. And he said that the European African Summit was something worthwhile, and I believe that as he came back into Nigeria, everything will come out fine, everything will work out fine. Meanwhile, Yemi Oshibanjo says Nigerians should be thankful Buhari is doing them big favors as president. Vice President Yemi Oshibanjo on Wednesday said Nigerians have a lot to be thankful for by having Muhammadu Buhari as their president, saying the Nigerian leader has been doing the country a great favor by being honest and incorruptible. We are very fortunate that God gave us a leader like President Muhammadu Buhari at the time we are facing. Mr. Oshibanjo said while meeting with a group of entertainers from the northern region at the State House. And the reason why I say so is because, you see, if we don't have a steady and matured person who understands a lot of things and who is respected by the people, there will be more chaos and we won't even know where this will end. We must continue to thank God that at least we have a leader who is considered honest all across the country. Everybody knows that he is a man of his words. No matter where you are in the country, you know that he is a man of his words. You know he is honest, and you know he is not stealing the resources of the country, the Vice President added. Laolu Oshibanjo, a spokesman for the Vice President, who released transcripts of the meeting, said it was attended by several top-rated Kannywood personalities, led by Adamu Dauda Rarara. We are still fighting insurgency, Boko Haram insurgency and ISWAP. Then we have banditry here, and there in the northwest, and things like that. All of these have occurrences in the life of a nation. Every nation runs into trouble, but it is the government at the time that must take the responsibility, Mr. Oshibanjo further stated. The comments came as Nigerians were lamenting worsening economic hardship and insecurity, with Mr. Buhari promising but failing repeatedly to contain the crisis. On the 19th of February, President Muhammadu Buhari came back to his country to actually put in place everything he learned in the summit. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.